Say hi for the people. Hello friends, welcome to another cozy weekly vlog. I have to admit right now that I feel a bit rusty because I actually took 2 weeks off from recording. Now, I had two very good reasons for doing that. Okay, so allow me to explain. First reason is I'm going to be doing a schedule change. So I'm still going to post a video every week, but I'm going to be alternating between vlogs and other videos. So for example, I really want to post a video just talking about writing my novel. So the idea of doing that in addition to a vlog every single week, like popping in like additional videos, was like really overwhelming to me. So like I was gonna do that video in March and it just didn't get done because it was just so overwhelming. So I realized, you know what? I don't need to record a vlog every single week. I can alternate. And that way I have variety in what I am making. You guys have variety in what you are watching. So that is going to be the plan. So that allowed me to get to where the record post gap is a bit smaller so I can implement this change sooner. If I kept recording, then this change wouldn't have happened for like 3 more weeks. So the other reason is, and this kind of came about after I made the decision not to record, but I'm kind of glad I kept with it because I really actually thought about recording last week. But I'm glad I didn't because the week following my birthday, I kind of had a spiral and basically was very depressed and despondent and went back to the scary place of why am I even here? And I just didn't want to share that. I know you guys will understand. There are certain things you go through that either you don't really share with anybody because it's so deeply personal, or if you do, it's like your therapist or somebody really close to you that you really trust. So I always say, you know, my vlogs are real life. I show the ups and downs, but some of the downs really are just so personal that I feel like there is a line. Not only am I in a very vulnerable state, you know, with those deeply personal things, but also like some of them I don't want to trigger people. So that line is like something that I'm trying to figure out. But I know you guys, like I said, I know you guys will understand, and I'm doing better now. It's still a bit touch and go because I haven't found a job, but I did have that good freelance project come through, so I'm staying afloat. Things are really tight, but I'm just trusting that all of the deep work that I'm doing is going to pay off, and the vision I have for my studio is going to take me somewhere, because I really don't think that the studio would keep coming up as something I need to do if I didn't need to do it. Last week I did have a really big breakthrough, and it has literally shifted so much for me. I actually shared it with my buddy system group of other content creators that I'm a part of, and they were like, make this a video. So the novel video is going to be put on hold because I really feel like it is important that I make this other video first. So the week after this vlog that you're watching right now, you will see a video that is not a vlog, and I'm so excited. So if you're not subscribed, make sure you are, because you're not going to want to miss that. I cannot wait to share it with you guys. It's it's the product of so much deep work. So yeah, it's gonna be a good one. All right, so that's all the like housekeeping stuff. Now for the vloggy stuff. My weekend was so-so. Saturday I had a migraine. Yesterday we had company. My partner's dad had his family over, so daughter, son-in-law, and the grandkids over, and that meant we had a bit of emergency tidying to do. So all 3 of us were just running around the house doing all sorts of things, trying to get it ready, because it was kind of like a last minute thing. They were like, oh, our washing machine broke. Can we come use yours and hang out? I'm like, oh, cool. But my partner and I didn't find out until Saturday night. So yesterday morning, I got up early on a Sunday and cleaned up. So it was, but I will say it was nice to hang out with them for a bit. And Desi met the kids. They were really, really good with her. And it was so fun to watch her be around like a little kid for the first time, because she really hasn't had the opportunity. So that was really fun. And then once I had kind of hit my socialization energy threshold, I went and cut myself an apple and was like, okay, bye guys. Because they knew I hadn't been feeling well from a migraine the day before. So they were like, bye, I feel better. So I just came back into my rooms and hung out. I actually have gotten back into Sky Children of the Light, aside from watching a little bit of YouTube, I basically spent all of my chill time this weekend on Sky. And this is a game that I picked up when the Aurora concert first went live in, I believe it was December 2022. So I don't remember. I think it had been on my Switch for a while. I was like, oh, that looks like a cute game, So I tried it, ran around a little bit. This is pretty, whatever. But then I was so hardcore into Animal Crossing that I just and then I found out about the Sky concert, so I got back into it. And then it's kind of been this in and out kind of thing, because I never really understood the game. They don't give a lot of direction. And so that always frustrated me. But I was like, you know what? Every time I've played this game, I've had this warm, fuzzy, feeling, because of how beautiful it is and how touching it is. And I was like, I'm going to learn the ropes. So I did. So I'm happy to say I'm no longer a moth, as they call newbies in Sky. And one of the things that really struck me was, as I was researching and learning all this and looking up lingo and all that, was they call you a moth when you're a noob because you have the default hair and cape, but it's an endearing term. It's a positive thing, where in so many games it's oh, they're a noob. And there's this negative, whatever, F you kind of thing. Stay away from me, you have cooties kind of vibe. But in Sky, it's oh, there's a moth, I want to help them. What? And there was this one time that I played last year that I was so lost and I was just standing there. And this person came over and offered to light my candle, so we became friends. And then they offered me their hand, and then I took it, and they just started flying around, showing me where all the winged light was. For 30 minutes, they just took me from winged light to winged light. So when I got back on this weekend, this is a year later, I got back on, or maybe I might have picked it up last summer, so almost a year. But my cape had 5 wedges on it, and I was like, whoa, what? And then I remembered that sweet, sweet soul who had taken me around and helped me upgrade my cape with winged light. So all of that to say, I am in love now that I fully grasped the game. And they've also added in an alternative to going through Eye of Eden, where you go through this really, really, really tough level, and at the end of it you reincarnate and come back. Well, I finally figured out you don't have to do that. It is a cyclical game, so you can go through as many times as you want, but you don't have to do that in order to get certain kind of candles. I'm very excited because I don't have to do that anymore. At least not until I'm ready for end game, because it very much feels kind of like an end game. So anyway, yeah, that was a lot of my weekend. It's been a little bit of a roller coaster for me today. I got an email from my accountant saying that she was concerned about some things with my taxes. So I'm ugh, instant panic. And it just really struck me. I really look forward to the day when talking or thinking about anything to do with money doesn't just cause me to instantly have a surge of adrenaline and panic, I am so ready to get to that point, and I don't know what I need to do to get there, but I have to trust that I'm on the right path. Aside from that, I feel pretty good. I am cramping a little bit because I'm about to get my period in the next few days, so yay. But I'm really hoping that it'll kind of subside. The migraine hasn't come back, so that's been good. But anyway, I think I'm going to start the day with journaling, some meditation, and then I do have some freelance stuff to get done. The Loftia Alpha Test B is still live from the weekend, so I'm going to be doing that a little bit later. But first, freelance tasks, and then I also need to get this week's vlog edited. I started it last week. Was gonna post it yesterday. But for some reason, Friday and Saturday, every time I came to sit down and work on it, I just felt like, ugh. And I was like, what is going on? I don't know. So very weird, but it is what it is. So I may, because Monday evening last week posting was not the move, like that vlog got so few views, it was terrible compared to like the steady uptick that I had been seeing. So I was like, oh, okay. So I think I'm going to experiment this week with posting like Tuesday morning. So I think we'll see. But I definitely like next week's vlog is probably, unless Tuesday morning just blows it out of the water, Sunday morning is it. So I need to be, so I am definitely going to be getting that done. One thing that really encouraged me, I was starting to spiral after I got that email last night from my accountant. And I was like, oh my God, this is like, I can't spiral. This is no. And it popped into my head to check on the video that I posted on my knitting channel last week, the tutorial. And I was like, oh, that's right, I haven't checked on it in a few days. So I kind of braced myself a little bit. I was like, why did this pop into my head? Okay, well, whatever, I'm just going to do it. So I kind of braced myself a little bit to like see like no views. It has over 700 views. I'm like, what? Because like the first 48 hours or so, it only had 60. And then 5 days in, it has like over 700. I was like, and some very nice comments and comments requesting more knitting tutorials. So it's like, what? Okay. That's the channel that I have now almost 1,100 subs on. I got like 28 more from that video. I was like, what? So that may be the first channel that I monetize, which is hilarious because I've been sitting on that channel for 5 years. So I don't want to go too much into that channel because it's actually part of the video I'm going to be making for next week about the breakthrough I had. So yeah, I won't share a whole lot, but let's just say I'm glad I did it. I did the dang thing. I posted a video for the first time in like 4 years on that channel because of that breakthrough. And I'm seeing results. So it's like, wow. So anyway, I won't go any more into it. I'm going to save it for that actual video. But it was just so interesting to me because I started spiraling. And I was like, I don't want to spiral. Like this is, I can't do this again. And instantly in my mind, I was like, oh, I need to check that YouTube video. And was so encouraged by it. So yeah, it's a little bit of a tug of war between feeling discouraged that I haven't found a job and like the financial stuff and the excitement of this breakthrough and some success that I'm seeing from that. But I'm really trying to lean in and learn what I need to from it and allow myself to feel what I need to without letting the other stuff lodge. Just let it kind of flow past me without lodging. If you are struggling with any of the same stuff, please let me know in the comments. I would love to hear. I am not a therapist, so I can't offer any kind of like specific advice, but just knowing that I'm not the only one would mean the world to me, and I'm sure it would help you as well. So anyway, I'm going to get to my journaling and meditation and then dive into my day. So I will check back in with you guys a little bit later. So it's 9:30 p.m. I finished my freelance projects that had a deadline of today. And then just as I was sending the Slack message to tell them, hey, I'm done, the cramps that I was kind of feeling a little bit earlier in the day went. And so I spent the rest of the afternoon and evening sitting in bed with my heating pad wrapped around my stomach, playing Sky, and then watching Paulina's Twitch stream and nursing a Dr. Pepper. So, yeah, I made oatmeal for dinner because I couldn't stand up long enough without pain to do anything else. So, and now I'm feeling like I've kind of got a migraine starting. So, yeah, it ended up being kind of a scuffy day. At least I got those tasks done for them. Because, like I said, they did have a deadline of 3 p.m. today. So, I got that done. Yay. And it was paid hours, so yay. So yeah, I did not end up playing the Loftia test. The thought of sitting in here in my desk chair was just like not at all appealing to me. I don't know about anyone who's watching who has menstrual cycles, but when I am in crampy mode, I just want to be in bed or an armchair, like something that'll like really like support me and it's like really cozy, and this desk chair just doesn't do that. So yeah, but I got quite a bit done in Sky. I finished the like collab special area with the 9-colored deer. That was a beautiful story. I loved that. And then I ran around a little bit more and got some candles, got some hearts. And then I switched over to Genshin for my dailies because I hadn't actually been playing Genshin over the weekend because I was too obsessed with Sky. And the season of Bloom was ending yesterday, and I wanted to make sure that I got the items that I wanted before the spirit left. So yeah, so Sky kind of took over, but got back to Genshin. They're doing a double artifacts drop kind of thing event this week, so I started farming for Farazan because I have C6 Farazan and I have Xiao and I have Shan Yun, and I'm like, you know what? And then I believe the 4th person on that team whose ideal is Farina, who I already have built. So I was like, I have Shan Yun and Farina built. I need to get Xiao and Farazan built. So I started farming artifacts for her. So yeah, just kind of chill evening. Desi stayed by me all day, just like had to be like next to me, like against my leg, in my lap, just helping me feel better. Aside from this migraine trying to kind of creep back in, I feel pretty okay, just really, really tired. I always feel tired after I've had a lot of intense pain because it's just a lot to deal with. So yeah, I need to kind of get a couple of things done. I think I'll work on editing now that I can actually focus. I need to get some editing done. So yeah, this week's YouTube video did not go up today. But you know what? It is what it is. You know, I am not going to stress. As long as I get one posted this week, that was my commitment to myself. One YouTube video on this channel per week for 1 year. So I will, like, no matter when it goes up, I will be keeping my commitment to myself. It just kind of messes with my editing schedule for my next vlog, which is the one you're watching right now, which will be going up next week. So it's like, I will basically be editing 2 vlogs this week. But you know what? I'm going to take it one day at a time and just let my best be good enough each day. As Dr. Amy says, let your best be good enough for today. And whatever that looks like. Today, it looked like me getting my deadline tasks done because I made a commitment to them to do things for them when they assign. Unless something, you know, like earth-shattering comes up and it's like, hang on, you know, like if I have a killer migraine or like whatever, which they understand, you know, or if I get sick or whatever. But if I'm well enough to do it, then that's a commitment that I am committed to keeping. So my best today was keeping that commitment to them and then taking care of myself. And what did that look like? being married to my hating pet today. You know, it's like, it is what it is. Did I have big plans for today and a lot of ambition for this week? Yes. Am I disappointed that I couldn't get the strong start to the week that I was really, really excited to? Yeah, I am. I'm disappointed. But I'm proud of myself for taking care of my body, not pushing myself, and getting through some really intense pain. Like, it was my best. So I also had a really good meditation today that I don't know how much I really want to go into in this video. The main message, the takeaway of this experience, the spiritual experience that I had, was the question, how fast do you want to go? And the imagery, the symbolism was getting into a Porsche on a wide open highway that leads to the life I want to live. My first thought was, well, how fast do I have the energy to go and not burn out? And it's like, no, that's not the question. The question is, how fast do you want to go? And I was like, so fast. Like, I'm so exhausted with spinning my wheels and waiting for my dreams to become reality. I am ready to just zoom down that highway. And then the next question was, well, are you ready? And I was like, no. And the importance of answering that question, are you ready, was the fact that I know I'm not ready, but I needed to admit it to myself and then go and do the thing anyway. And that was very interesting. That was kind of it in a nutshell. I hope that that resonates with you. If it does, please let me know in the comments. I love sharing this kind of thing with you, and it would make my day to know that it touched someone. Before I ramble your ears off, I am going to call it a night and try to get some editing done, hydrate, need to take the monster out, shower, and head to bed before too long. So, yeah, I will see you tomorrow. Hello, it is Tuesday, and I woke up without cramps. Yay. I'm still a little twingy, but not bad compared to how bad it was yesterday. I am thrilled. And I was also like, because of how bad it was yesterday, I was worried that today would be bad because that's what happened last month. But I think we're good. I am sipping caffeine, and I did take an Aleve just to kind of preemptively mitigate whatever twinges are happening so that it doesn't actually turn into full-fledged cramps. So I have a lot to do today. I got up before 10, which is my goal right now for the week. Get up every day before 10 a.m., which is hard because I have had so much trouble falling asleep at night. I don't know what's going on. I think my schedule just kind of being so up in the air has kind of, so, and plus like with some of the anxiety I'm dealing with, it's been kind of hard to turn off my brain. And last night I was also cramping too, so it's like, but yeah, so I got up before 10 today. That feels so weird to say as somebody who used to be in the 6 a.m. club. And even outside of that, consistently every single day got up at 7 a.m. for years. Like, 6 or 7 a.m. forever. Like, it feels so weird, but it's this season. It's fine. So, but yeah, so I got up before 10. Yay! I've also already done Desi's mini nail trimming, which I'm trying to do like every week, like a little, like just shaving them off, because the vet our old vet kind of traumatized her a few years ago, so it's been really hard to do it ever since. So I'm trying to work her back out of that, basically, by just, shaving a little bit off the end and then like rewarding her with a treat and getting her excited about that. So And also doing that is so funny. Anytime we like trim her nails or brush her or trim her fur or anything like that, she gets zoomies and is like, so I had to play with her. I had to actually ran around with her a little bit. Probably not the best idea since I'm trying not to get cramps. And it's made me feel a little tired. But she was being really cute and zoomy. So yeah, that is my morning right there. Slow start. Did that for her. Gave her a little bit. And I've gotten her to where her little treat that she's excited for now is her toothpaste. She didn't like it at first, but now she'll lick it off my finger. So we're also working her up to teeth brushing. So lots going on there. Lots of growth for Desi right now. I just want to take a minute to appreciate the growth that Desi is seeing. Anyway, she's looking at me like, Mom, don't make fun of me. No, she's doing good. So on today's docket, checking Slack for any freelance tasks, edit. I need to get this week's vlog posted. Yesterday, as you know, kind of got flushed down the crampy toilet. And yeah, so I need to get the rest of the vlog edited. I think I might try posting it first thing like tomorrow morning. So like a Wednesday morning release. Not ideal, but we're doing the best we can with what we have. You know, I'm also trying to decide if I want to film another knitting tutorial. I don't think I'll do that today because I really do need to focus on edit. But to kind of get my knitting channel like revitalized, I do want to post weekly knitting tutorials. So I think maybe I'll work on that tomorrow so that it goes up on Thursday. And I think that might be my schedule for that channel anyway. Posting, like right now, I think I'll do weekly just to kind of bring it back to life and like get that consistency, get the views, get the watch hours. But then I think I'll go down to bi-weekly over there, stay weekly here. I'll see how a Wednesday morning vlog goes here, but I kind of doubt I'm gonna like it. I really do like the Sunday vlog kind of feel because that's what I like. Like I look forward to, like there are several creators that I follow who release on Sundays, and I always look forward to having their vlogs or videos or whatever to watch on Sundays when I'm like moving slow and just kind of chilling. So that's what I like. And Sundays, I have more time. So I think that's honestly what I'm going to stick to. This week's vlog going up on Wednesday and then next week's going up on Sunday. It is what it is. So that is kind of the plan for today / this week. I'm going to just kind of dive in and see just how much I can get done today. I might do a brain dump or a journal. I do need to meditate for sure. I really do want to keep that in my routine. I feel so much more grounded, of course, and less anxious when I meditate every day. So I think that getting away from that during the depression kind of amplified everything. So I really want to make that a priority. I also got a book in the mail that I want to show and share. So maybe I will do that later today. Oh, I also need to put my new air filter in. Okay. Brain dump, meditate, edit. Oh, and check Slack. Okay. I'll see you later. Whew. I actually have energy and it feels amazing. I just finished editing a vlog. I put a little laundry in. I put my dishes in the dishwasher from yesterday because yesterday it didn't happen because of cramps, and I popped lunch in the air fryer. So, and I just fed Desi, so she's walking around going somewhere around here. So if you hear her, apologies. But whew, yeah, I went up to put my lunch in and my partner's dad had already gone to work, so I was like, I have the place to myself. What do I need to get done? So I just started frantically doing things. So one cool thing, he said that I could use his KitchenAid to make my oatmeal cookies. So that's going to make everything so much simpler and easier and faster for me today. Really need to get that done because I've been just having toast for breakfast and it just is not the same. But yeah. Oh, and there is my timer for lunch. But I just wanted to pop in really quick and just say hey, because so far today has been a good day, and it feels good. I also discovered that the vlog I just finished is not the last vlog I filmed before I took my break. I have one more. So I don't have to try to edit the one you're watching right now as I film it, basically, to put up on like next week. Yay. I still have some padding. So I am very relieved. It will make things so much easier for me this week. So yeah, it does mean that my video about my breakthrough isn't going to go up until a week after for me. For you, it'll still be the one after the one you're watching right now. So anyway, I am going to go have some lunch, watch back through the vlog, give it like a one final sweep, make a thumbnail, get it uploaded, and then look at my to-do list. So far, I have gotten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things done on my list. I'm working on another one, which is vlogging. I have to put it on my list because I got out of practice with it. So vlogging, changing my air filter, and scheduling the vlog I just finished editing for tomorrow morning. So that's about it. And then after that, I will be free to work on other stuff. I might do like a vision board. I don't know. We'll see. I don't want to get ahead of myself. I've gotten so much done today. I do also need to hop on Indeed, but I've already gotten so much done today. I don't want to like overload myself just because I have energy and then crash tomorrow. So I'm gonna play it by ear, but I will check back in later this afternoon with an update. I cannot believe how much energy I have. Like after yesterday, I would have thought there was no way. I would have thought there was no way that I would have this much energy. So I am really, really grateful and excited. So I'm going to go and take Desi out, turn over my laundry, and then I think I'm going to go ahead and make my oatmeal cookies. I'm going to get to play with my partner's dad's KitchenAid mixer. I'm so excited. It's going to speed up the process so much, and it's not going to like kill my shoulder and elbow and wrist to make cookies because I was doing everything by hand and it was like... So yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. The sun has come out. It started out as kind of like a cloudy day, very windy, and the sun has come out, so the upstairs will be nice and bright. I'm going to open the front door so that Desi can sit in the storm door and watch the front yard and like the squirrels and stuff, and probably put on some fun music and just vibe out and make my oatmeal cookies. I really wish I could bring you guys along. And I thought about it because it would be kind of fun to make oatmeal cookies together, but because this isn't like my house, I don't really feel comfortable recording outside of like my own spaces or like the backyard kind of thing. Plus, when my partner's dad bought this house, it was very, very much a fixer-upper. So there is still a lot that needs to be done. So it's not really like my rooms have been pretty much renovated and made nice. Mostly because I painted them. Well, my partner and I did. But the rest of the house definitely needs a lot of work, and it just is not the vibe. Plus, I'm the tidy one. We'll just say I'm the tidy one in the house. So the other spaces are not as neat and tidy as my bedroom and office are. So yeah, if you're wondering why I only record in my office and my bedroom and maybe like outside, that's why. I won't do get ready with me in the bathroom upstairs because it is this obnoxious gold color that makes everything just look yellow. The kitchen needs a renovation. Like yeah. So anyway, when I have my own place, when I find my soft place to land, and I have my own cozy little home, then we will do stuff together in the kitchen. But until then, yeah. I realized that I don't think I had really talked about that before on a vlog. So I wanted to mention it since I've been going on and on about oatmeal cookies. You might have been like, well, why doesn't she just show the process? Why is she always talking about it? This is a vlog after all, you know? So I wanted to kind of explain that. Anyway, I'm going to hop to it and... yeah. Today's such a good day. Oh my gosh. It feels so good to have energy. So anyway, I'm going to go do all the things that I listed earlier. I'm not going to go back through them. And I will catch up with you guys a bit later. What a lovely day. I can't believe how nice today was. I'm tired, but it's the, man, I got a lot done and I'm ready to go relax kind of tired. Not the, oh my God, please let me go to bed kind of tired. Or the I'm dead kind of tired. So yeah, I can't believe how good today was. I got my vlog done and uploaded and scheduled for tomorrow morning. And basically everything else on my to-do list except for putting a new filter in my air purifier is done. So it's like, that's what it became today. It started with 3 things. I was like, I'm just going to try to do 3 things today. And it became that. So there is one thing I didn't get done, and that was an optional thing where it's like, this would be great if I have time and energy, but it's not like necessary today. And that was just working on the sales page for my studio for my website in a week thing that I'm working on. So, but yeah, I just need to replace the filter, fold my laundry, and clean up the kitchen from all the cooking I did. For dinner, I made some pork and asparagus, all sauteed with some onions. I let the onions like caramelize, and a little bit of garlic. Let the onions caramelize. Oh, and then I also had like a little baked potato. I get pre-baked frozen baked potatoes because when I get fresh potatoes, like russet potatoes, I can never eat them fast enough before they go green. So when I saw that bag of pre-baked frozen potatoes at Publix, I was like, yeah, I'm going to do that. And lo and behold, I'll have like maybe 1 or 2 a week. They've lasted me a month. Whereas a bag of fresh potatoes, most of them would have gone bad and been tossed. So today was a good day. Oh, I also wanted to show you. This came in the mail. Whee! I am so excited. I watched a video. I can't remember who it was, but they said that this book kept them from quitting YouTube. And now they have a very successful channel. And it's like, okay. So they like went through the book and like broke it down. And I was like, you know, this is really good. I want to kind of get more in depth. So I ordered it. It's a very short little book. Could probably read it in like an evening. But I was like, man, if all of that is packed into this, I was like, okay. So I'm excited. I still need to finish this. It's been really good. So yeah, maybe I will read a bit tonight. So I'm going to kind of declutter my desk from the day, get all the other chore stuff done that I need to, and then I think it is going to be a gaming evening. Probably play some Sky, maybe some Genshin, and hopefully fall asleep earlier than I did last night. Fingers crossed, because tomorrow I would definitely like to get an earlier start and hopefully still have, even if it's just residual energy from today, just to kind of keep the momentum going and stuff. Wow, it's been such a long time since I had a really good day like this. I feel like there were just so many days, it seemed like unending days of no energy or low energy, low mood, just kind of blah. It's encouraging. So if you've been kind of in one of those like seemingly unending, exhaustion and discouragement kind of seasons or times, be encouraged because the sun always comes up. And even if today is the only day this week that I feel this way, it was still a day of feeling great and getting things done and enjoying life, where the last few weeks I've really struggled with that. So yeah, I hope that's encouraging for you. It sure is for me. Anyway, I'm going to stop yapping and get those things done. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Hello. It's another day. Today's Wednesday, I think. Yes, it's Wednesday. I am still trying to wake up. It's just been so slow for some reason. I'm not sure what's going on, but I've just been having such a hard time waking up every morning. And then that's honestly partly why I've been getting such a late start for so long. So it's, I don't know, it's weird, but today is absolutely gorgeous. It is warm golden sunlight, brilliant blue skies, and the breeze is just delicious. Like, I really wanted to take my mask off and just feel it on my face. And just seeing how it rustles the bright green leaves and just the mottled sunlight, and just, I wanted to stay out there for longer, but I didn't dare. Not quite there yet. The pine dust is over, so at least there's that. But the regular pollen is still pretty high here, so I'm being cautious. But I'm hoping to be able to actually like fully wake up and get several things done today. I haven't done my to-do list yet. I wanted to pop in really quickly before my meditation. I'm going to do meditation, daily to-do list, and then kind of jump right in. Hopefully kind of, wake up as I go. At 2 p.m. I have a meeting with my finance lady. Going to go over some things. So trying not to be anxious about that because it does involve tax stuff. So it's like, I think I mentioned yesterday, I'm really looking forward to getting to the point where thinking about money and taxes and savings and bills and all of that doesn't put a pit in my stomach, We'll get there. We will get there. It's part of my growth journey. I have a lot of unresolved stuff where money is concerned, so still working on it, but it's going to be great. But anyway, in the meantime, I'm trying not to be anxious about that meeting, but just gonna focus on other stuff and see what she says, because I have no idea what she's going to say, so I could be anxious for nothing. Honestly, this is just going to be a really quick pop-in because I'm not awake enough to have much to say. I'm sure I will later, once my brain is on. So I guess I'll just see you then. Just got off the call with my finance lady, and I am feeling so good. Not only is she awesome at what she does, and we have a plan in place for that, but also like we know each other personally outside of the finance, like business relationship that we have. And we always have such good conversations. Like, oh my gosh, so enriching and encouraging. And in so many ways, our journeys have been very parallel, even though we are in very, very different industries and like completely different circumstances. There's so much about our journeys with business that have been parallel. It was just really, really cool to talk to somebody who has a lot of the same, ups and downs and all of that. And it really goes back to having community and how hard that is being an entrepreneur and having those connections. Because like when you work somewhere, you have, whoever you work with, it's like it's built into the job. So I feel like we very easily take that for granted. And even before, when I was full-time yarn dyer, I lived with my family and they worked with me. So like I wasn't truly a solopreneur like I am now. And just being able to connect with another solopreneur and talk about those things was just so encouraging and uplifting. So anyway, yeah, that was really, really nice. And I've got a list of things that I need to do. So, but I told her it's probably going to be a couple weeks before I get those put in because I do need to focus on my studio, and that's fine. We've got time. All of that anxiety that I felt earlier and yesterday and the last couple of days was completely unfounded. I want to remember that it was okay and start to hopefully rewire my brain and my body not to just go straight into this is a threat, oh my God, survival mode kind of thing. So anyway, I am going to step away from my computer for a little bit and kind of stretch my legs, maybe play with the Desi monster for a little bit, and get a snack, and then it is back to my sales page. I need to get some more done on that. It's coming along. It's slow, but it's progress. So I am very, very pleased with how it's coming along. I do want to record another knitting tutorial for my other channel this week, but I'm thinking that's going to be tomorrow because I'm feeling like I really do need to get this sales page done for my studio. I feel that it is the top priority. So I think I will record knitting tutorial tomorrow and see how it performs as a Friday upload. Who knows? Maybe it'll do even better. The view spike that I had on the last one, like I posted it on a Tuesday, the view spike was Friday, Saturday. That's when it got like huge amount of views. So I guess we'll see. But anyway, I will touch base again with you guys a little bit later. I almost forgot to check in. It's almost 10, so I am about to call it a night, take Desi out, shower, all the things, and ended up feeling really, really tired around 3:30, 4 o'clock. So I cut up an apple and had that and some pistachios as a snack and played Sky for a little bit. Basically did my daily candle run and then laid down for a bit, got enough energy to make dinner. I ended up making some homemade chicken broth and noodles, kind of like a histamine-friendly, gluten-free ramen alternative. And it was really good. And then I decided to watch the French version of Beauty and the Beast. I had seen somebody post about it and how good it was and how it was what made them a fan of the enemies to lovers trope. And I was like, interesting. I don't think I had heard about this version. So I looked it up and lo and behold, it was on Amazon Prime Video. So I watched it and it was very good. So I do recommend. It was definitely a more, I don't know, it felt more realistic in certain areas. So I liked the spin that they put on it, and that's all I'm going to say in case you decide to watch it. I don't want to give spoilers. I watched that with dinner. I was only going to watch a little bit, and then I got roped in. So I ended up watching the whole thing. After the movie, I ended up having a little bit more energy, so I worked on my sales page a little bit more. It's coming together. It's always so hard to do things for yourself because, at least for me, like it's always so hard because I can talk about what other people do, but what I do, it's like, so I'm struggling through a paragraph at a time. Like ideally I would have gotten the whole page done, but I'm realizing that it's a bit more involved than I had anticipated because I've never done anything like this on my own before. I've only ever done it like at a job or, you know, whatever. So I only did the design stuff before. I never really created any of the content. So while I had hoped to get the whole page done today, it was from a place of not really understanding all that would go into it. So I'm trying not to be disappointed and just be like, you know what? I'm doing it. And I am making progress. Yes, it's slower than I would have liked, but that's because I didn't know. So now I can adjust my expectations and be like, okay, if I can get the rough draft of this content done for the whole page by the end of the week, then that is good progress. And I really think that that's true. I really do. So yeah, I'm proud of myself for working on it when it would be so much more fun to record a knitting tutorial or, you know, fill my time with other things that are less intense, you know, but I feel the urgency and that's driving me forward. And I'm just trying to listen to it. And I do have some people who are keeping their eye open for anybody who might need what I can do. So I want to have this page ready for them to look at and take the jump and work with me. So I'm so excited that tomorrow's Thursday. I get to go get adjusted. So I think it'll be a good day. I think the weather's supposed to be nice too. So anyway, I will catch you tomorrow. Happy Thursday. I am so enjoying the gentle sunlight coming in and just the overall chill vibes today. I am in a good mood. I have some energy. I'm not quite as groggy as I was yesterday. I got to sleep a little bit earlier. My brain was still going 5 million miles an hour when I went to bed, but I got to bed earlier and I seem to have slept pretty well. So that's a win. That's always a win. I just worked on rearranging my plants a little bit. I had a couple that were in quarantine for a while because of a gnat infestation, but they seem fine now. So I put them back in here. You can kind of see one of them trailing down here. It's a beautiful silvery Pothos. And it's so nice to have it back in here. So I just kind of like rearranged a little bit to make it look nice and then watered everything. And I've already taken Desi out, washed my hair, like all of the typical morning stuff. So yeah, I'm about to do my morning meditation, hop on Slack and check for anything there, and then dive back into my sales page. I am really looking forward to getting adjusted this afternoon, and I also do need to film another knitting tutorial. The last one took me about an hour because I had to fiddle with camera settings and lighting and all that and like get the tripod set up, but I kind of, you can see it over here. I left my tripod set up the right way because I knew I was going to be filming another one, so that should save me quite a bit of time today. So my plan is to work on my sales page, and then after lunch, film the knitting tutorial. They're really quick to edit as well, especially now that I have kind of like a template that I'll use, like with an intro screen and music and kind of like all that. So from the last one, because I really like what I did, and get that scheduled to go up first thing tomorrow morning. So I really want to see how a Friday post does on the knitting channel. So if I can wrap up that and then potentially my sales page today. So I have chiropractor and therapy later. And then I think we are going to wait on errands until like tomorrow morning. I don't know. We haven't decided yet. But depending on when we do errands, that will dictate when if I have to finish the sales page tomorrow, I'm going to, even though that means, like working on a Friday. I need to get it done. I really need to get it done. So if I'm not able to do it today, then tomorrow for sure. And then I also need to edit next week's vlog, because I really do want to go back to Sunday morning releases. The middle of the week ones just don't seem to do it. I have got a lot to do, but it's things that I'm actually looking forward to doing. They are in the two areas that I feel like my focus needs to be on, which is my studio and YouTube. And instead of dreading it, instead of feeling like, I don't know, it's so hard to put into words. Maybe you'll understand if I say, instead of dreading things because they drain my energy, because they're not in flow of what I need to be doing, I'm excited to work on them and I have more energy when I work on them. Yes, I still get tired because I'm sitting at my desk, and I am using my brain, like for the sales page, it's a lot of heavy stuff. So like those things still, like the effort still tires me out, but the being in flow, it's not nearly so bad. I hope that makes sense. Please let me know if I'm making sense, if you get what I'm saying. It feels right. It feels natural. It feels like I'm doing what I need to be doing with my time. And that is so fulfilling. So even though I'm laying the foundation for these things, yes, I started seeing some results on my knitting channel. So like I have that, like, yeah, but like the studio, I'm still laying the foundation. I'm still building stuff. So I haven't started seeing results there, but I know that I will, because I have this deep-rooted understanding and conviction that it is what I need to be doing. I have realized very, very clearly in the last week, and that this is something I hope some of you will relate to this as well. One thing that has become really, really, really clear to me in the last few weeks as I have been on this roller coaster that you guys have been seeing with looking for a job and everything. I began as an entrepreneur. because it felt natural. So like when I was 14, I started freelancing web and graphic design and branding. When I was 19, I started publishing my own knitwear patterns, like designing patterns. When I was 21, I launched my yarn brand. When I was 22, I took over the dyeing of that because I had been collaborating with a good friend of mine who did yarn dyeing. She taught me what she knew because she decided she was going to get out of it. She taught me what she knew so that I could continue on with my yarn brand even without her. And I hand dyed my own yarn all the way up until I was 27. So for 5 years, I had a business full-time hand dyeing yarn, and I supported my family after my dad passed away. And because of the weight of supporting my whole family, I got burnt out. So I went out into the workforce. And I did start dyeing yarn again in 2019 to try to see if I could take it full time again. But by then the landscape had changed so much and it was really, really hard to break back into it. Whereas when I started before, it was very new. Being an indie dyer was a novelty. And so it was really easy and effortless for me to get my footing and get a customer base and get seen and all that. So anyway, but my primary income came from being in the workforce. I was a chiropractic assistant. I worked as an Apple specialist. I sold furniture at Haverty's Furniture. What else did I do? Every single job that I have left, I always thought of it as a loss. You guys, if you've been watching my vlogs, you'll remember when I got let go in February. But I didn't lose that job. I knew when I came to understand how toxic it had become and that it was at a place where the job was no longer serving me but harming me. I knew that even though I was technically fired for really stupid reasons, and y'all know if you saw the blog, even though I was technically fired, I didn't lose that job. I was moving on because it was holding me back. And so that understanding, I've started looking back even further back in my work experience and realizing that there is a pattern. Every single job that I have left, it was because it was harming me in some way or holding me back. But even so, now this has been the kicker. This has been the big one. And with it has come its own battle of regret, frustration, and shame that I am working through. I realized, going back to the very beginning, being 14 and starting to freelance, I did that because I watched my parents be entrepreneurs. It came naturally to me. That's because that's what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm not meant to work for someone else. Realizing that has shifted everything, because I realized that the reason I've had such bad luck and hopped jobs so much in the workforce is because those were the easy way. Those were and some of them I would say were necessary. Like after the burnout of caring for my family, I couldn't. So I needed to do something different. But then I became complacent. It was the safe thing to do. Whereas being a business owner can feel very volatile, very stressful, very just unpredictable. And to a degree it is. But that is what I'm meant to do. That is what my ikigai is, my calling is. To have my design studio, because it has been floating around in my mind to do that since 2018. 2018. I was still working as an Apple specialist. And I tried to kind of get it off the ground, but I didn't really take it that seriously. I didn't really, because I was like, I still have my full-time job. It's fine. And then Fast forward to Haverty's. Fast forward to doing life insurance. Fast forward to being an administrative assistant and then social media manager, and like all of these other things that I've done. They all gave me incredible tools. So I can't say that they were a waste. And that's where the frustration and some regret comes in, because part of me is like, oh, well, if you had just started your studio in 2018, then you'd be established and you'd be making $300K a year and and all this stuff by now. And the same thing with my YouTube channel, my knitting channel. If I had redone that knitting tutorial 5 years ago when people started asking, hey, can you remake this with better lighting, or even 3 years ago, where would my channel be? And fighting that what if, that regret, somewhat even some shame in the fact that I didn't have the courage at the time. But one thing that I have realized, if I had taken the leap, I think that I would have found success in those things at that time. And I realize now that I need to do it because it's in alignment. Then I don't think I would have realized it. I would have been like, oh, it's just something that I want to do. I wouldn't have understood the deeper meaning of it. And in some ways, I wouldn't have had the tools that I do now. So I feel more capable now, which I think is true with anything. However, what I didn't understand at the time that I do now is we may not be ready to do the things that we are feeling we need to do. But if we can admit that to ourselves, no, I'm not ready, and then go do it anyway, that is where the empowerment comes in. No, I'm not ready, and I'm going to do it anyway, because this is what I feel I need to be doing. The empowerment comes from being in alignment with what we are supposed to be doing. And so all of that came from multiple epiphanies and breakthroughs in the last week. Maybe I need to make a whole video on this. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you would like for me to kind of talk more about this in a Cup of Cozy video or something. But I see it so clearly now. I am not meant to work for someone else. I'm meant to be an entrepreneur, no matter what that looks like, which I believe is, again, my studio and YouTube. I am meant to work for myself and be an entrepreneur. So I'm doing it. Like, am I scared? Yes. Do I feel ready? In some ways, yes. And in many ways, no. But I'm aware. I've admitted it to myself. And I'm going to do it anyway. Because my dreams are so big. And I want to do the work to get there. So, anyway, this ended up being way longer than I anticipated. I feel like maybe it should be its own video. But anyway, I just wanted to share it because I felt like I needed to, and I feel like it will speak to some of you. So anyway, I'm going to do my meditation and dive right into the day, and I will check back in later this afternoon. Hey, it's late. We ran over to the grocery store and got back and ended up getting into kind of a discussion slash, not like a real argument or anything, but just kind of a heated conversation about the intimate side of our relationship and or lack thereof lately, and just kind of put me in a blah mood. So I won't go into it obviously, but just kind of frustrated and basically just I finally expressed how starved for affection I have been, and that was really hard. So it took a lot of energy. So I am ready. I've already showered and taken Desi out, so I'm ready to just settle in and get my mind off things for a bit, get some mental distance and kind of let things simmer down. Let my emotions kind of calm down before I overthink everything. So I am gonna probably settle in with Sky and Genshin to do my dailies and maybe work on some ideas that I had for a new novel. So yeah, that's gonna be my evening, and then try to, hopefully my brain will calm down and I can get to sleep at a good time and get up at a good time tomorrow. So anyway, yeah, I guess I'll check in the morning. Well, we have come to Friday, and it's a beautiful morning. It's supposed to get up to 87 Fahrenheit today, but right now it's in the 60s and it's absolutely scrumptious. Oh, it's magic. Can't wait until the pollen lets up so I can actually enjoy it without a mask on. So I actually got a little bit of an earlier start than usual today. We were going to be going into town later. My partner needs to go to GameStop and exchange his Xbox controller, and then we also need to go to Academy Sports and get him some new work shoes. He was supposed to get up like half an hour ago though, so I don't know. But I'm not his babysitter anymore, so I'm just gonna let him do whatever and we'll go when we go. So in the meantime, I think I will work on filming a knitting tutorial so that the filming is just done while there's like daylight and all that, and hopefully get that done before we go, and then that way when we get back I can just work on editing. So anyway, I'm going to probably start with meditation just to stay grounded, because after the conversation my partner and I had last night, I kind of need it. Just got some things going on repeat in my head and want to, now that the emotions are more distant and I'm not in the middle of it, just kind of muddle through it a little bit, release, and move on. So meditate and then set up to record a knitting video for my other channel, and I guess we'll just see what the boy does, see when we end up leaving, and kind of take it, you know what, we're gonna roll with it. We're gonna just take it one thing at a time, and it seems to be a recurring theme, doesn't it? I feel like I say that a lot on these vlogs. Maybe that's the season I'm in. One thing at a time, go with the flow, just don't stress. So we leave an hour later, like whatever, it's fine. More traffic, okay, whatever, I have time. It's not that deep. I'll just jam out with some music in the car. Like, it really isn't. So anyway, I'm gonna get to it, and I will probably hop in after we get back and give kind of a little update. So I will see you then. Well, hello there. It is 6 p.m. and I just finished filming my knitting tutorial. It went quite well, so I'm gonna get it edited and posted tonight. Really excited. And then that is it for the week. I got as much done on my sales page yesterday and then this morning as I could, and I'm starting to feel kind of like, okay, that's enough for this week. I really did a lot of brain work, and I don't want to push it just because I feel like I need to get it done, you know, like that. So I'm going to leave it. And then next week I will be able to film like a little video for it, finish the copy like with fresh eyes. So yeah, I feel really, really good about this week in general. Also in the background, if you hear anything, there's a train going by and Desi is fussing because she wants attention. So we will give her some attentions. Say hi for the people. So yeah, I feel really good about everything I did this week. And just having that flow of figuring out what my time needs to be going into and then just doing it felt so natural. I'm feeling really, really relieved to have found that. It's basically just getting this knitting tutorial posted and then I'm done for the week and can relax. So, which is great because one of my friends wants to play Fortnite tonight. Haven't played with him in a while, so that's going to be fun. And then the block C of the alpha test for Loftia is all weekend. So I'm going to get to play it tomorrow. Maybe tonight, probably tomorrow. So I'll just get some good gaming time. And then the next event in Sky is coming up, so I've just been kind of stockpiling candles for that. Gonna, do some more chill gaming on that this weekend and prepping for the Days of Nature. The season of the Bluebird and the Days of Color is coming up. I cannot wait for that. It's like it's kind of like Pride celebration, and they have like a $20 like a cape thing that you can get. It's like a cosmetic thing, but half of it goes to the Trevor Project. So I'm probably going to do that just to support their thing. I want to show them that I appreciate them doing an event like this and doing the charity project. So I can't wait. But that's probably, I think, in June, or no, maybe it's May. Might be June because June is Pride Month. But anyway, so yeah, lots of fun stuff that I'm excited about, and I'm honestly like really excited about the weekend to just kind of chill, but I'm also looking forward to next week to finishing my sales page and getting my name out there as far as like clients and like getting the ball rolling on my studio, and maybe record another knitting tutorial or two, and just like I feel so excited. I know. I just feel so excited about these things that I'm working on. So it's so refreshing. So all that to say, thank you so much for hanging out with me this week in this vlog. I cannot wait to share with you my breakthrough that I had. It's going to be my next video that goes up. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss it. I am so thrilled to be doing this and getting into this and sharing all of this with you. So stay cozy. Be encouraged that tough times don't last forever. We all have our ups and downs, and we all need to be reminded that we're not in this alone. So stay cozy, and I'll see you next time.